The new James Gunn Superman movie comes out in theaters July 11th, 2025. And as is usually the case with all new big blockbuster releases, rumors surround this film. Some of those latest rumors involve Warner Brothers executives going around James Gunn's authority and cutting down the runtime of the film. But like that great ancient river planted firmly in Egypt, James Gunn plants his firm denial. Yes, folks, James wants you to know that he is good to go, and when Warner Brothers asks, he can say no. Ladies and gentlemen, here at Follow the Bradley's Fun, we say yes to you, the greatest audience on YouTube. And as we say thank you for coming in today and checking us out, we hope that you will say yes to hitting that like button below before we go on with the show. Yes, the story. Let's see what the Fedora finds. One of the next big superhero films is about to come out, and it is, I know, it's like a guy you've never seen before in the movies. It's Superman. What a surprise. Is Superman the most overdone hero? I have my favorite, Dean Cain, because, I've worked with him, but the new Superman is coming out with James Gunn, and James wants to dispel any rumors about this show that are apparently happening online. So we're going to get this story on the screen. This is out of thatparkplace.com. Please bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it yet. James Gunn denies Superman runtime, cut rumors, claims WBD has no power to cut down DC Studios films. This is by Marvin Montanaro. And there is your new Superman. Although he looks really young to me. He looks more like a Superboy. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. James Gunn is setting the record straight on recent rumors that large-scale cuts were made to the runtime of Superman. Following recent rumors first shared by World of Real that Warner Brothers may have intervened in the final cut of his upcoming Superman reboot, the filmmaker and co-head of DC Studios took to Threads to directly address the rumors. No wonder I didn't see this. Are you on Threads? I'm not on Threads. Comment below if you use Threads. I'd love to know. I don't use Threads. Gunn confirms runtime and denies studio interference. When asked by a Threads user if the reported runtime of 2 hours and 9 minutes was accurate, Gunn confirmed it. Quote, inclusive of credits, post-credits, the runtime is 2 hours, 9 minutes. Unquote. He said that lines up with earlier reports about the final version of the film, and I guess it also confirms post-credits scenes because he just said that. Yes, and there it is. There's the thread on Threads, which I am not a part of. Is this the correct runtime right there? Any truth that WB forced to make it shorter? Zero to that. All right, so let's see what the response is. Gunn also responded to a separate question asking whether Warner Brothers had actually forced him to shorten the film. Zero truth to that, he said, and they couldn't even if that's something they wanted to do. It's a DC Studios film. Interesting. Gunn's denial raises questions about creative control. While Gunn's response appears to shut down the rumor mill, it also raises eyebrows over the claim that Warner Brothers Discovery couldn't intervene even if they wanted to. DC Studios is not an independent company. It is a subdivision of Warner Brothers Discovery. The studio handles distribution, finance, and marketing, meaning WBD certainly retains authority over its in-house labels. In traditional studio hierarchies, final say usually rests with the parent company, particularly for tentpole projects with massive budgets and shared universe implications. Very, very interesting. We all learn things, right? Warner Brothers has a reported history of massive studio interference, particularly in DC films, from before the creation of the newly formed DC Studios. It's entirely possible that Gunn's contract grants him a higher than usual level of creative autonomy over DC Studios projects, especially since he was brought in to oversee the full reboot of the cinematic universe. But as of now, that has not been confirmed publicly. Gunn's statement may also be read as PR damage control, asserting full creative control to maintain confidence in the project's direction. Whether that represents a genuine structural shift or just strong messaging remains to be seen. So, yeah, well, I'm kind of curious though, as we go along here in the story. I'd love to know your thoughts. You can comment them down below if you're planning on seeing this. Are you excited about it? I'm kind of curious about that. There is a start, apparently, the start of a new DC era. Superman, written, directed, and co-produced by Gunn, marks the first entry in DC's newly rebooted cinematic universe, officially titled Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. The film will explore Clark Kent's struggle to balance his Kryptonian heritage with his life in Smallville, aiming to reintroduce the character to a new generation. I thought he was already in Metropolis in this, so I'm kind of curious about the whole Smallville line there. Although he does look more like Superboy than Superman in my hair. Hair looks good though. I gotta say that the hair very much looks like Superman hair. So I'm kind of liking the Superman hair. The cast includes David Cornsweet as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, alongside a large ensemble of DC heroes and supporting characters. Familiar names from across the DC universe, such as Rick Flag Sr., Supergirl, and the Engineer, will also reportedly appear, according to Deadline. Looking ahead, Superman hits theaters on July 11th, so a little over a month from the recording of this. 2025, and early tracking suggests it could deliver a major box office win for Warner Brothers and DC Studios. As previously reported, the film is projected to open with $154 million to $175 million domestically, which, if accurate, would make it the biggest Superman opening of all time and potentially the highest non-holiday debut of the year. I wonder how it's going to work. There are the brothers James Gunn and Sean Gunn. Grew up about the same time I did and about the same place I did in St. Louis, interestingly enough. Well, now that Gunn has addressed the rumors and confirmed the runtime, attention shifts back to the film itself, whether this new version of the Man of Steel can truly reboot the DC brand for good. Do you believe that WB has no control over the Superman runtime? That is a curiosity for sure. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. Does it seem like he's confirming the truth? That maybe he has a different contract? I'd love to know your thoughts, and also just generally your thoughts about the Superman film. I haven't really talked about this on the channel yet because, frankly, I personally don't have a lot of faith that this is going to be a great movie. Superman movie. To me, David Cornsweet just doesn't have the Superman look, but that's only my opinion, and I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'll be blown away when I see the movie myself, but I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. Let us know down below before you go out the door. Thank you for coming in, checking it out. And if you enjoyed this, we invite you to join us live Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. for the Daily Dish right here on this channel. Please do click that like button, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and click that notifications bell. When you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm. You get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradleys Fun. Thank you so much again for coming in today, and until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.